So 2016 was a huge year for me. If we just start at the beginning of this channel, I looked back just out of curiosity to see how far I've come, and January 1st I had 25 subscribers and I think maybe 30 videos. I now have 2,000 something and I have over 200 videos, so that is that's pretty crazy to me just to start with that. Well, I was in school from January till June, and then I graduated, so that was pretty big. My sister graduated, my brother had his wedding, I went to India for 3 months, then I went to the fruit festival. In April, the same day that I started my tiny house build, it was like April 29th, 2015, I started my tiny house. April 29th, 2016, I published my tiny house ebook, which is super cool. And then in September, I started working on my other ebook, which then I published later in November. And then from September, October, November, December was really just working on my clothing stuff, which you can't see because of my hair, and the community idea, because I was looking at properties. Then I found the property that I really like, and now I am on the road to trying to get it, figuring out different ways in which I can fund it. It feels like I did a lot in a very short amount of time. Maybe I haven't. That's over now, because it's now 2017, and I have some even bigger plans. So I am hoping by the latest I will have the property by June. That's like if I have to keep reaching out to different sort of areas to get funding. But if, say, I apply to one grant and I get all that I need, then that's great, and I won't have to keep applying to other places to get, you know, a few thousand here, a few thousand there. We'll see about that, but that's really the goal, because I think if the property sits too long in the summer, it's gonna sell. So I just have to be careful how I spend my time and make sure that I'm making the most of it so that I can actually get the property and start this TINYVILLE community. February, I am going for I think about 10 days to Haiti. We will be doing a few different programs. We meaning my Girl Scout troop. I am, I guess, no longer a Girl Scout participant. I am a lifetime adult member. Through Girl Scouts, you have a lot more connections, and you have the ability to participate in some things that you might not get to just going and hoping to find some place to volunteer or something. So we will be doing a bunch of programs down there, and maybe building part of a wall, maybe part of a house, who knows. And I'm kind of hoping to make a documentary about it, because there was just that earthquake again hitting Haiti, and they just had that earthquake in 2008, I believe. So they've had a lot of challenging times, and to capture some of the things that are happening there and making some sort of video documentary about it, I think would be really cool. So that's what I'm planning on doing. And then in April, I will be going to Madagascar, which is part of a Congressional Gold Award trip that I planned. You can learn more about that. It's like it is the highest award that you can receive from the US government, and there's different levels to it, but the gold, you have to have 400 hours of volunteer service hours, 200 hours of personal development, and 200 hours of fitness. While we're there, we will be also participating in a Girl Scout program for 10 days, so that's going to be pretty cool. It's also an opportunity that you wouldn't get to be more integrated into the community and work on different projects. And then in May, end of May, I'm pretty sure I am going to Puerto Rico for like 10 days, a week, something like that with a friend. Yeah. I feel like I'm just telling you guys about trips, but I guess that's what is definite so far. And then obviously amongst that, I will be planning and doing grant stuff, other things like that. I am also now working part-time 3 days a week, so yeah, that's gonna be a little bit challenging, but I'm gonna figure out how to fit everything in. If all goes well, I will have the property by June, and I'll spend the whole summer up until maybe October doing community work, kind of getting it set for the winter. And there won't be as much stuff that'll be going on during the winter time just because of the fact that it's cold and snowy, but hopefully there will be the underground greenhouse at least, and I don't know, maybe a community center is a little too big of a goal, but yeah, I think it is too big of a goal. So hopefully there will be at least maybe 1 or 2 other people there with either tiny houses or who built a cob house or something like that. Maybe host 1 or 2 events there. Super exciting. And then I don't know what I'll be doing November, December. For some of you who've been watching my videos for a while, I had plans of going to Thailand this past like November, and they fell through, and then I was going to go again, and then it just didn't happen. So we'll see. I don't want to plan anything because if I get the property, that's where my energy is going. And obviously making videos, because I do love that, and that's an outlet for me that I really do enjoy. And one other thing, I've talked about a thing called forest therapy, and I think I said that in July there's a forest therapy training about, I think, 30 minutes from where I live. And I'm really, really hoping I will be able to do that. I also like a year ago I started this cookbook, and I'm still working on it. It's mostly done. I just need to, there's a few more recipes that I have to put in there. So yeah, that might be coming out sometime this year, I would think. Alright, I will see you guys in the next video, and I hope you're having an amazing